back to the channel. Blue Oval Dude here. Yeah, so it's been a minute. So trying to get back around, see everybody, see how it's going, tell you where we're at on some of the projects and what's happening right now. So without further ado, you should all be familiar with this guy right here. That was our project 5.8. That thing has been, those heads have been a pain in my side. My goodness. I don't know how many times I've had these things together and apart, together and apart. Crazy, crazy. So yeah, anyway, check this out. Finally, I've got them back together and going, and they're bolted on the engine. We're getting some progress going, finally. I'll tell you what, pain. So check it out. So, look at this. This is where the push rod pinch used to be. Look at all that nice aluminum filling up that space now. So now, see that? There it is, no push rod pinch. And we got aluminum filling up where the pinch used to be. Push rods are over about 300 thousandths. Just a recap, so our lifters are 150 thousandths over to get more clearance. Also custom rockers, 220 thousandths over to the side. Also guide plates that had to be custom made that I built for this. So yeah, I don't even know how to explain how many times I've had these apart and clearancing and getting them re-welded and then putting them back together, putting them on the engine, clearancing, assembling, disassembling, re-welding over and over and over again. Am I going to do this to a set of heads again? I don't know. I've definitely learned a lot from doing this, so I can appreciate the learning. I'll tell you what, about this close from just calling on these heads and just buying another set of heads, because these things have put me back at least a solid year into getting the car together. And so yeah, finally we're making progress. It's coming together. So happy to tell you guys we're getting there. So I just got to lash these valves on this and get the rest of it put back together. So we're getting there. It's definitely getting close. I'll have this back together in no time, which is, I'm glad to say, I'm happy about it. So we can finally get this thing possibly back on the dyno and do some more testing with it, etc. Throwing some parts on it. So that's where that is. So another good thing, hey, look at this. I picked up a new ride. So yeah, I don't know, I just saw it and the body looked really nice on it and the price seemed okay, and so I just had to go check it out and ended up picking this up. So this is a 66 Ford Fairlane. It's just a base model, nothing special, but it's decent. It's decent, see? I mean, you know, the quarters and stuff are decent. You know, it's, you look down the body lines and see it, pretty decent body on the thing, you know, and look at the backside and the top. And yeah, see, it's a decent machine. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I don't know, it seemed like the thing to do. And I'll go around this side so you can have a look over here. See, just decent, classic, straight we can have a look inside. There's the back. See, I mean, yeah, not a whole lot of bad I can say about it. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect at all. I mean, there's some things it could use to make it better, but honestly, yeah, decent machine, you know, not bad at all. And that center console there, it just sits there, but it's kind of a nice place where you can, you know, set a couple things, put a drink, whatever. Because of course these things never had cup holders. Let's pop the hood. You can have a look at the wonderful wheezing 206 cubic inches of horsepower machine. Yeah, not so much, but it runs great. It runs great. The thing doesn't smoke. It, you know, runs smooth. I don't know. I can't complain about the poor thing. But then again, as far as running good, but as far as complaining about it, of course, you know, it's a 206. And yeah, it is an automatic. So it's a C4. I don't know if you saw that, but there you go. Anyway, yeah. It's on the column, 3-speed, C4. And you can just see how clean it is in here, right? I don't know. Not sure what to do with it. But here it is. Just couldn't let it go. One thing I am going to do with it is, let me show you this real quick. Can you see how much play is in that? My hand here. Yeah. That's not acceptable. So, one thing we are going to do with this thing is we're going to fix that, because that's just not going to do. I drove this thing home and I went about 300 miles one direction. We went over there. I was not feeling very good that day. I was sick and I was taking cough medicine and stuff all day long, just feeling rough. I really wanted to do a road trip video with you guys showing you all this stuff, but man, I felt horrible. But it was my chance to make the trip. Christian and I, we made the trip. We went up there, we checked it out. Of course, we ended up picking it up and bringing it home. So I'm sorry I didn't get to do that. Wasn't in the car, it just felt rotten that day. It was a rough day. But drove the 600-mile round trip up there, picked it up, and then brought it home. We made it. Survived. Right here on the floor, we already have a new steering gear. Now, the easy part is done. Now the hard part is the next. That baby needs to go in here. So, we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to get that done because this thing is so sloppy. I got up to about 65 miles an hour and she started fishtailing going down the road like you couldn't keep the thing straight, because when I got it back here and looked at it, the where the pitman arm connects, you can move it back and forth and in and out, and the play in the steering. So at speed, this thing is a death trap, not safe. So, and that is the worst piece in the suspension that I found, is that steering gear. So we have the fix right here. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna at least get this part done, and make it so a person can at least drive it without it trying to kill you. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that thing, but there it is. We're gonna do that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do next with this, but yeah, at least we're gonna do that. Of course, it's got 4-wheel drums and all that stuff, which is trash in my book, but it works. It stops, but not good. Back here, we have our old friend, the Clever. He's hanging out right here right now. Some of you probably remember the cylinder head video that I did. These are those heads here. And this is freshened up, ready to go out and party again. And there was a question about intake manifold and what fits with the stuffers. So this is what I use. I use the single plane CHI 3V with this. And that's what I've got. This is, of course, a single plane. There are some other companies that make 3Vs, but the 3V is the manifold you need if you've got some 4V heads and you're going to use some stuffers. Either that, or you can stuff the intake manifolds and do it that way also. But I prefer just doing it this way. It's really the better way, and newer tech into the intakes and stuff that way also, so you get better equipment. So yeah, tried to make it pretty plain Jane looking, this thing. So yeah, I don't know, guys, but yeah, tell me what you think about the Fairlane and the other projects, and thank you for stopping back. And many of you haven't seen the inside of the pole barn. It's come together quite a bit, see? This looks a whole lot different in here than it used to when I first started working in here and doing videos, huh? It's coming along. I mean, I got work to do in here yet, but it's coming along. It's as I get time, I work on here, work on the building a little bit, try and improve it here and there when I can. Really, I'm going to try and focus on grinding the 5-point out and trying to get that thing in this car and get it moving by springtime when the roads get going and they're decent again. So that's the goal. Get this thing together, get it on the dyno, make sure everything's proper, working good, ready to rock, and then we'll work on that. So, all right, guys, thanks. Later on.